Chairman Dick Durbin of the Senate Judiciary Committee apparently has been sharing notes with Illinois, which just passed a law allowing foreign nationals, including some illegal immigrants, to become cops. Except he wants to take that framework and apply it to our military. This is the same guy who just the other day blocked the Epstein flight logs from being handed over to Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn as per her subpoena request filed in Congress, she alleges. Banner week for this guy. Take a listen.
The presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States. Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces. And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them the chance? I think we should.
This guy's never cracked open a history book, has he? Because if he had, he would have read the part about the ancient Roman Empire before it collapsed, doing that exact same thing, and then realizing too late that they had imported into their military ranks and civilian ranks an entire fifth column. We have illegals on the FBI terror watch list, drug cartel members, and now Chinese nationals who could even be CCP assets pouring across the border. Which part of that is supposed to rejuvenate our military? And also, this guy has never been anywhere near a real illegal immigrant, has he? The only ones he has experience with are those used as props by activist groups. Does he really believe that illegals, mostly fighting-age young men and trafficked women and children, are breaking all of our federal immigration laws just so they can turn around and start following all the other laws? Like these two Venezuelan migrants arrested in connection with a string of shoplifting crimes in Chicago are doing, following all our other laws? And then on top of that, are they going to risk dying on the front lines to defend those very laws that they broke? Wouldn't that be a sight? Sending over our illegal aliens to guard the borders of our client states abroad. I mean, Congress already sends our taxpayer dollars for that, so maybe it's not so much of a stretch. I don't know, Senator Durbin, but I am from Southern California, and I've known my fair share of illegal immigrants. There are two main types as far as I can tell. The ones who stay quiet and work hard, which doesn't excuse cheating and cutting others in line, but that is still wildly different from the others who brag about hating America and about being illegal, while they wave the Mexican flag literally everywhere. They wear it as a badge of honor, as a way to say F you to America, because they're just here to take and undermine, not to contribute. Of those two categories, which do you think the woke Marxists who are inside our military already will be actively recruiting? The ones they can weaponize against the American people whenever the National Guard needs to be deployed, because as it stands, our service members would never enforce unconstitutional orders against their friends and families, like, say, mass gun confiscations. But what about people who've been propagandized into believing that they are exacting just punishment on the purveyors of an evil racist system? Joining us now to discuss is military defense attorney Davis Younts. Davis, thanks for being here tonight.
Good evening.
Great. So obviously legal permanent residents can currently join our military and use this as a pathway to citizenship, which is a good mode for assimilation and for building patriotism. But do you think that that is distinctly different from what Senator Dick Durbin is calling for and wanting to actively recruit illegal aliens?
It is absolutely distinctly different. And here is one of the primary concerns that I have as a former military officer. My first assignment was at Lackland Air Force Base. That's where basic training for the United States Air Force takes place. When I was a JAG there, one of the constant problems we have is that there isn't a thorough background check that is done on military recruits. There were already issues with people who were United States citizens who could not pass a background check that would come into the military, get through basic training, and the background check process was so backlogged, it wouldn't even catch up to them until they were in military technical training. I mean, there were individuals who were Muslims, ties to radical Muslims, that were in security forces training, meaning the people that are trained to defend our military installations in the United States Air Force, and that background check did not catch up to them until they had essentially completed that military training. So when I hear a United States senator say things like we're going to recruit and bring in undocumented illegal immigrants into the United States military, my question is, what is that background check? How are we even bothering to identify these individuals that are coming in?